Hey Twitch, how you doing tonight? It's Sunday and I am back from PlayStation Experience. Kind of an interesting name for a convention now that I think about it. It's actually been going on for apparently 3 years and it was only my first time learning about it. Kinda weird, actually. I think I'd know more about that stuff in my own home state, but hey, what are you gonna do? But tonight, kind of want to take things a little bit easy. At the same time, I want to be able to actually enjoy a game and go through it and kind of just be able to talk about everything I kind of experienced at the PlayStation Experience. Or I'll probably just call it the PlayStation Convention. Either way, it'll work. But as for why we're playing Dark Souls 3, well, I want to go through the DLC. I know a lot of people have already probably played that DLC to death. Or people who do nothing but stream Dark Souls. And Dark Souls 3. I've probably also already played that through hundreds of times, but hey, you know what? It's my turn. I never played through it, and I want to experience it. Challenging, interesting, and hopefully won't be ripping out my hair. So, why don't we jump on? So, I've actually been playing a couple characters. I gotta say though, before I start, Gabriel Belmont, my idea for a whip build, I gotta say, absolutely failed. If anything, the only reason it actually got so far was because I was playing with Exposure and a Big Bad Wolf. And I do thank him. It was actually a lot of fun playing with them. But at the same time though, definitely screwed up on that. So, our new character here is actually from a Squaresoft game. Speaking of which, actually, that was actually a company that was oddly enough missing from the PlayStation Experience. He actually is from Arngrim, is a character who's actually in the Valkyrie Profile series. If you've ever heard of Valkyrie Profile, first off, congratulations, you are actually a person who plays a lot of RPGs aside from the Final Fantasy games, because everyone is really on about that right now. But we've actually gone through quite a ways. Oh, apparently I have a bone shard. Nope, no I don't, actually. I've lied. I do not have a bone shard. It's terrible. We still actually have a long way to go before we actually reach the DLC itself, and there are a couple of other things I want to take care of here. So, as far as this character is, he's just beaten... It's a new game. It's not New Game Plus or anything. I've just beaten the, what was it, the Great Wood. I wonder if I can skip them. Can I skip the giant rat? Probably can skip the giant rat. Rats are fast attackers. But, PlayStation Experience. So, let's get the one thing out of the way. Probably my biggest criticism of the PlayStation Experience. Well, okay, maybe two. The first one is, I get there, the convention is open at 10 a.m. So, that's when the panel started, that's when the keynote started, that's all fine, that's all well and good. Hell. Unfortunately, that was actually a little weird, didn't expect that. Oh, please follow me. Aw. Really hoping you take that one step. Come on, buddy. Let's go. That's what I wanted to see. Did he live? He lived. Wow, he actually lived. It's amazing. Not a fan of the voice system. Especially when it doesn't work the way I'd like it to. So the biggest complaint I actually had about the PlayStation experience, as the first one was, well... What? Really, actually, gotta. Still really rusty, honestly. Almost full heal now. Hey, Lemon Boy. I know, and this game just came out this year. That's the weirdest thing. People already look like, oh, this is a game's old. That's what I actually like to call the streaming effect. A lot of games have done that to us.
All you faking. No, if you've any sense, you here, in this, if like the others, you're fool enough to play the champion, then go on ahead. Traipse right past the abandoned church. You'll face death. Enough death to leave.
But, yeah. So the biggest complaint about the PlayStation experience was, well, it just took way too long. Like, it took me to getting in, it took way too long. It took over 3 hours for me to actually get in. So I was there at 10 o'clock, but it took me until 3. And I forgot how the heck you actually entered in that thing. You couldn't beat this game? That's actually very surprising to hear. I am trying to remember. It has been way too long since I played this. I am trying to remember. Oh, wait. How do I enter this damn church? Oh, wait, I remember now. Okay. At least I think I do. Somewhat do. Could have sworn there was a way. There was a way to enter this. It has been way too long for me to remember. Now we're doing a few things. I'll agree with you, the final boss was hard. The final boss was very hard. Good old Sigurd. Hi, buddy.
Oh, pardon me, I was absorbed in thought. I am Siegwart of Katarina. To be honest, I'm in a bit of a pickle. Have you ever walked near a white birch only to be struck by a great arrow? Well, whoever it is, I'm sure I can talk some sense into them. But I have to find this lift only goes, well,
And that's the answer. How was the, so PlayStation experience was, well, like you would think, it's a PlayStation convention just for PlayStation. It's been going for apparently 3 years. And they actually have been, this year was really focused on the PlayStation Pro and PlayStation VR. If there's anything I can tell you about that. So a lot of developers, independent developers, and of course, games specifically for the PlayStation 4 were released, were being presented at this time. If you actually did watch maybe the streams, or... Actually, yeah, if you just watch the streams, they actually really showed a lot of the games they actually had. They, really made the time to, promote both independent games and, of course, all the games that are coming out, specifically, obviously, just for PlayStation. Some of the biggest ones I'd probably say was, that they were announcing was The Last of Us Part 2. So, it's a sequel. And also, for the fighting game Faithful, that's actually where they also held the Capcom Cup for 2016. So, another one of those huge tournaments for fighting game fans. Obviously, this time it's around for Street Fighter V. And they also took the time, if you're one of the fighting game Faithful, Capcom vs. Marvel Infinity. So, there you go. Get yourself a new fighting game with Marvel vs. Capcom.
this lift with a lit...
I solved it for you, Sigurd.
This with a...
Whatever. I'm gonna go up there. I solved your puzzle. So the first thing I need to do is this. Like I said, a lot of things I need to do.
are you? I help.
Thank you.
I help.
So that's where the giant bow is. I was wondering what that was. Let's see if there's something else up here. I'm just kind of casually playing through this. A lot, little things I do want to do, like the story tempo and stuff, because this is basically, new character and stuff. But I get there at around 10:30. I drove in on the day and got where I had to jump. That is when I had to jump. So I get there at 10:30. I was a little delayed simply because they closed all the parking structures around us. So we were kind of stuck. Nope. There, that's where I was.
Ah. Oh. Don't disappear like that. You had me downright worried. But thanks to you, an epiphany has struck me square in the head.
I love this character.
I've unraveled the riddle of this inscrutable lift. On some days I begin to doubt myself. I'm not exactly sure what happened. Anyhow, do you see that? That humongous beast? I'm no coward and I've a steady hand, but that thing makes my skin crawl. How now? Think twice before you go down that road.
Always thinking. He's like...
I could try talking some sense into him. No, I think not. He's far too overheated. I've got to use my head and think.
Thinking's for cowards.
No! You should have waited! Well, it's too late now. I, Sigurd of the Knights of Katarina, fight by your side!
What? Oh, bull crap. Well, that sucked. Well, that was about to happen. But yeah, it took me way too long to actually get in. Like I said, got there at 10:30. Had to get in line. They already were showing the keynote, and during the keynote, they actually locked the doors. Didn't let anyone else in, which was really unfortunate. And because they locked everyone in, or locked everyone out, to basically let the keynote play out. Really? See if I can actually run past these guys. Hi guys, bye guys. But yeah, I had fun at the PlayStation Experience after the 3 hours though, because there was a lot you can actually check out. I think this goes down. Yes, it does. But the PlayStation Experience was, like I said, that was my main criticism. It took way too long. I mean, the other criticism I would have was that, let's see, and now. It took way too long, and each of the games to try, Square Enix was not there at all. They did not have a presence there. So they didn't have anything for us. I think if anything, because they released Final Fantasy 15, they still want to ride that as much as possible, which I don't blame them at all. Like, they want to, they need to make sure, hey, our game is out. Alright, let's actually not screw up this time.
No! You should have waited! Well, it's too late now. I, Sigurd of the Knights of Katarina, fight by your side!
Oh wow, I actually had... Oh, he was staggered. Shit. Oh yeah, it's been ages since we had Final Fantasy, so it's like people. Here's the thing: from what I've seen of Final Fantasy 15, and from like watching streamers now and watching streamers, watching the footage from TwitchCon and stuff, I can confidently say that I'd say the combat system in that game is Kingdom Hearts, and people really like Kingdom Hearts combat.
That was quite a performance, but you mustn't get in over your head. We unkindled must put our duties first. But, for the moment, we've a toast to make. To your valor, my sword, and our victory together.
Huzzah!
Long may the sun shine! Well, I'm going to have myself a little nap. The only thing to do, really, after a nice toast.
And he falls asleep. But yeah, each of the games took a long, to actually get to a demo of a game. Okay, first off, entering convention took a long time, and then getting in line and being able to actually play one of the games also took a very, very long time. An absolutely ridiculous amount of time. Let's see, trying to remember where everything was in this area. I'm not getting 15 till the end of the month, so I've had to keep myself away. Honestly, that's been surprisingly easy to do, which is a little weird. It's really weird to actually see that. Like, hey, it's no problem. No, avoid spoilers for 15. I mean, it does look awesome. I do actually want to play it. But I'm not gonna... Here's the weird thing. Like, there's a lot of reasons now to officially buy a PlayStation 4, but because it's not with my budget, I still would rather wait for a lot of games to eventually be ported to the PC. I do hope they actually make the decision and port 15 to Steam, or, well, to PC at the very least, because I think it'll be a very good business for them. There it is. I don't know where... Oh, that's wrong. You've basically gone off Twitter, so I don't know how hard it is. What, just temporarily, or just... Oh, no, I'm just done with Twitter. So if you're done with Twitter, I mean... Partially, I can't blame you. The other half, though, it's more, I think a lot of people misused... Oh, hi, how's it going, dog? Oh, you're playing very sloppily. Hi there, boy. Nah, until you get 15. Okay, so you're just taking a break. That's probably for the best. Oh, right. Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Oh. I swear to God, I hate these fat evangelists. That's not good. Come on. Nah, I think you'll be fine if you just, wait for 15. But then again, it's like I don't really follow a lot of Final Fantasy 15 streamers or anything like that, or people who really, really love Final Fantasy games. Oh, I think the people I follow, especially since I sat down and reorganized my entire Twitter feeds. Because I want my personal one just to have actual people and not to be full of companies. But how silly of me. I haven't been talking about, I have not been talking about, the convention. So I guess I should probably just, you know what, we'll just discuss things chronologically, since that is usually how my mind works. So the first game I actually played, and this is why actually I'm kind of playing Dark Souls, is, well, I played a lot of games that are effectively, you know, trying to beat Dark Souls, but, and I think to actually start things off, I'll start with the first game I tried, which was For Honor, which is Ubisoft's latest game, which is Ubisoft's game that, you know, was it? I believe Gerard actually originally played the game, in which actually I believe he was one of the few people who actually publicly debuted the game. And how do I live? That is the question. It's like, okay, how do I survive this? That is the question. There, that's how we survive this. So I played through that. Come on, really? And I'm still interested in the game, because, you know, it's another multiplayer game that's a lot of fun. That looks like a lot of fun, but it's trying to obviously do something really, really different. Because your attack button... So you press guard with, you know, with... Or you lock on with, what was it, R2... With... No, I'm sorry, L2. I'm used to using controllers a lot. Yeah, how do I get down there? Oh, right, I also need to actually get the, I need to get the stuff in the food. But the first thing so I played For Honor, which is by Ubisoft, and that took well over an hour to actually get in. I'll say one other thing of the PlayStation experience. Like, if you really enjoy playing through demos, they really let you play through the demos. I totally forgot about that item. Oh. Fine, you can just... So, like Dark Souls, For Honor system has you press, you know, it had, like, you have to hold down L2 to guard, and at the same time, that effectively lets you choose your stance. And your stance allows you to determine how you're going to guard, because you have a left guard, a right, or a left stance, a right stance, and a upper stance. And depending what stance you're taking, those are the type of attacks you will be able to guard against. So effectively, 2 out of the 3 stances you will be unguarded from. And since they were just having us play the multiplayer, since that's, you know, effectively the selling point of the game itself, there's the thief. Nice knowing you, buddy. So the first set of ashes. So, the big issue with that was, so now you have to use your right analog stick to set up your guard, and that would also be the position you would be attacking from. So if you have your left stance, your upper stance, and right stance. But then they have you also press square twice to break an opponent's guard, so you can quickly break their guard and then attack. So that's one strategy. The first strategy, of course, is, you know, choose a different stance from them and start swinging. You have a heavy attack and you have a light attack, like in Dark Souls. You don't actually have a stamina bar, thankfully, in For Honor, but each also character has special moves, which is activated by using the directional pad, which is where it kind of starts to lose me. Oh, I just remembered where the heck actually it starts. I remember now. Back where I started. That's actually where she is. Is he really actually gonna follow me all the way down here? I don't think he fits. He fits. That's funny. Yes, it is. It's coming out for PlayStation 4, Steam, and Xbox 360 and Xbox One. I almost said Xbox 360. I don't know why. That's why I needed the ash. I need the Mortician's ashes. Whoops, that was the wrong thing. Come on. But that's why I'm actually excited about it. I need to actually go and leave. Like I said, I'm still interested in it, but the problem was after I played it... So they let you actually play all three classes, the Knight, the Samurai, and the Viking. You only got to choose one. I chose the Knight. And the Knight was effectively your, you know, I guess you would say your well-rounded one. However, because of the special abilities and since their main game mode is capture point, it honestly was very cumbersome. And I'm going to say the same thing about a lot of the others.
How gracious, I only hope the...
Like, I will honestly say that the main problem with a lot of the games I'm going to talk about tonight is that they were very, very cumbersome. You know, they're fine games, but they are just a mess, though, to actually play. So For Honor's mess was, they had L3 as your run. So if I actually wanted to... Let's see, dilapidated bridge. If I wanted to actually run away from combat or run to a place, I would have to hold down L3. I don't know about you, but Dark Souls already went through this, with having their jump button be, what is it, R3. Having it be L3, I get of using it when you're out of combat, but while you are in combat, it does not make sense at all. It is an absolute mess. As for the combat itself, I'll be honest, I honestly am still kind of mixed on it, because I think they kind of put too much into the game. It honestly feels like it's a game that's gonna be like you have to play it on play it out with a controller. It really does feel like that. Because if you don't play it with a if you don't play with the controller, the main mechanic of choosing your stance, left, right, and up, isn't going to work. So I think it's one of those few games where you're just gonna need to have a controller. Fencer attack ahead. Really? Aw, that's disappointing. There it goes. I knew you were real. You can't deceive my eyes. Yeah, so you know, light attack, heavy attack in For Honor. You know, light attack, heavy attack, and that's it. And you also now have special moves which are attached to the D-pad. That's the lizard. Okay, now I remember where I am. How'd you fall? Doesn't matter. You're dead. But when you get to the main combat... Oh, freak. Hi. How you doing, buddy? Not a fan they can recover so quickly. But it didn't feel like there was a stamina bar, but half the time I swear, even though I was having the same stance as them and blocking their attacks, they would eventually break that stance. And I just realized, actually no, I can fix that. Banded arrow. Bow. Perfect. Alright, I forgot how to do the thingy. There it is, that's how I do the thingy. So I honestly felt like half the time I was, despite me guarding, I was actually, I was screwing up. And just to let you know, for my build here with Arngrim, he's actually going to be using a Cestus as effectively his shield, and he'll just be using the great swords. So no magic, just outright physical combat. So I get to the enjoyment of punching things once in a while. I was originally planning to do another like Little Mac build, but character creation in this game is not that great. Like the one thing they kind of screwed up on was the hair colors are always just so dark.
Someone there? Oh, the little so
I will touch you.
and I praise. Oh, I came to this. Your time, but if it. Oh, I shall.
There you go. That's what it is. I'm glad I can actually remember this stuff.
You've gone how very... very well. I am eager. I am allied and own. What's the matter? I am allied to you and own.
That's actually the main problem. It's like, okay, if you want to try and create a blonde, good luck. You're not going to. It'll always come out wrong. Every single time. Did I do everything correct up to this point? Yes, I did. So, For Honor system, if you ever watched The Completionist, the beta is out. It's a closed beta though, so you have to actually go to their website and sign up. That's really unfortunate. I was really hoping if you actually like tried their game, like they would get you into the beta. But still, I'm still waiting for an a major opportunity. But For Honor system is basically capture 3 control points for players, so you're effectively always torn between, you know, being teamed up or fighting someone and teaming up and to take a point. And here we have another watchdog of Irithyll. Oh right, I forgot how fast you guys are. No endurance right now. How'd I miss? That hitbox. You never get into any closed beta, so you gave up on them a long time ago. The game's been in development for well over 2-3 years now, so I wouldn't be shocked, honestly, if a lot of people didn't get into the beta, because that is one of the few games that actually had to add a single-player campaign. Like, they actually had the inverse. It's like, here. Like, here's a single-player, here's our single-player, here's our multiplayer. It's really interesting, you know, it's a capture point one. People don't do capture point that much anymore. Goodbye, puppy. What? This isn't good. Sanctuary! Sanctuary? Not Sanctuary. I will laugh if that actually killed him. It's been a while since I've gotten to betas, although I did just, one of the things, I'll actually kind of skip ahead for a second, that I actually just got into a beta, or will when they actually release it, after the PlayStation experience is over, is, Hand of Fate 2. Which just looks like they left. So that was actually one of the other games I actually got to try out, at the con. But for Honor, though, our side basically just got slaughtered. And it was really frustrating, honestly, playing that game, because you switch targets. You don't switch targets with the right analog stick. You switch targets by pressing R2 or L2 twice. And to also, you know, attack, heavy attack, light attack, and then you have your special abilities, which are bound to the D-pad. So you have that as well. To run, you have to hold down L3. Like, it was a very cumbersome game setup. Like, it basically screamed like, "Hey, you know, you have to get used to our controls." And oh my god, come on. You know, funny thing is, this is actually one of the hardest enemies to actually deal with at early game. And yeah, that would be nice. Because he's just a really quick character. Great, good to know you stabbing through that. There we go. That wasn't too bad, only took 2 attempts. But it just felt like, despite me guarding, and there is a stamina, you are limited in how much you can actually guard in that game. So I guess you technically have a guard meter. But it just never felt like you could ever gain a proper footing. Never mind if you were actually constantly, ganged up on. So if you're ganged up on, good luck. What? That didn't kill you? I was honestly expecting that to kill him. What? Right, I forgot these guys constantly spawn. At least in this area. You always miss the jump attack. Yeah, that's a lot of things a lot of people also do. We also miss the jump attacks a lot. I mean, it takes a while to honestly just get used to it. If there's anything, like, if you really want to learn how to beat Dark Souls games, like I said, you got to the final boss. It's just you just need to master the pattern. Once you do that, you'll be fine. It's not the way I need to go. Neither is that. This is just a dead end, at least for now. This was the way. Let's see, am I alive? Yes, I am. Oh, right, the butcher. Forgot about her. Let's have a fight with the butcher. I don't think I'll beat it. You got your money's worth out of it. Yeah, I think most people did. Alright, she also throws dung at you. Ah, the Butcher. Long-standing enemy since Demon Souls. And the Brigand armor. I think this is where I get the daggers, too. It is! Huh. Well, I guess getting the daggers actually didn't take so long. Yeah, I think a lot of people, here's the thing, a lot of people who buy these games, they're not actually gonna beat them. Like, I'll be honest, even I've only played through Dark Souls 3, once. That's not a lot. Oh, hi, how's it going, buddy? Would you like to wake up? I mean, I'm playing through it twice, my second time here because, well, the DLC has been out for a while, and, well, I finally actually bought a season pass to a game because when they offer the season pass, it's like, okay, buy our game. It's only for, our game will only be, what do you call it? The game will still be will only be $60, and you get the DLC. So, hey, why not? And there should be one more secret down here. If I remember correctly, it's a little. I'm trying for the safe way to this. You can actually drop down from the safe area here. Is it? Yeah, this is it. To nudge yourself over. Because you actually do fall. There we go. Okay. And we got it. That's actually another game I actually played. It's Neo. God, get off of me, boys. Did she? Yeah, I think that demon dog was pregnant. That's disturbing. Okay, well here, let's actually talk about Neo. Since we are playing Dark Souls, that's pretty much the reason why I'm playing Dark Souls, is because that was actually one of the other games I actually played. So Neo is developed by Team Ninja. And if there is, I'm pretty much gonna phrase everything to be like it wants to be Dark Souls, but for Neo, it's Dark Souls, but they wanted to combine it with action. So they made, Team Ninja. Obviously, if you probably know about Ninja Gaiden, you probably know about Dead or Alive, but specifically Ninja Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden's a very fast-paced game. Which, actually, here, I can like this. The hell is wrong with me? Am I, like, covered in blood? Yeah, I'm just covered in blood. Thank you, horse.
I am Anri of Astora, unkindled like you. This is Horace, a friend and travelling companion. Are you too in search of the Lords of Cinder? We are well along the road of sacrifices. Below us is the Crucifixion Woods. Beyond, we seek the cathedral, home of the grim Aldrich. We may go our separate ways now, but we are both seekers of lords. The next time we cross paths, One may find the other in a time of need. May the flames guide your way. Oh yes, Horace. He's not very talkative, but don't think ill of him. He's an upstanding,
I just love the atmosphere in this game.
knight, a fine partner for this grueling journey. Without his help, I would have cursed this onerous duty long ago. We are well along the road. Beyond, we may go on the next.
Yeah,
May
okay.
the
And Horace can't talk with a dam. But Neo, if you mention actually, so like For Honor, Neo actually has stances. So there's actually multiple stances in Neo, and no matter what weapon you have equipped, you can equip 2 ranged weapons, 2 melee weapons, and you don't have, at least from my knowledge, you don't have to worry so much about equipment load. I didn't notice anything about equipment because, I'll be honest, that game playing through the demo was actually very frustrating, and the main reason was what they actually decided to do with the stamina. So there's actually stamina in that game. But as I can actually drain my stamina here, I usually will just be prevented from doing any action, and the restoration for stamina is very quick. In Neo, if I ran out of stamina, I would actually lose complete control of my character, and my character would do heavy breathing. It would breathe heavily for about 4 seconds, and during those 4 seconds, you have no control of your character whatsoever, and you run out of stamina very quickly in that game.
You're an unkindled, aren't you? I am Cirrus, of the Sunless Realms, former servant of the divinity. Duties we each bear, but one's duty is a solitary affair. I doubt we've much to gain from fraternization. Blessing of the moon upon your journey. I doubt we've much to blessing.
I swear, like, if you want all the quests in this game are actually insane. Like, this is the starting point if you want to get all the quests in Dark Souls.
Well, remember me? You're making quite an effort of it, so if you yearn for a proper red-eye, then kill the Dark Wraith. He has been a prisoner for many ages. I can see it in your eyes. If you didn't invade, didn't pillage...
You forgot how to do it? I know. There are so many quests in this game. Like, I'll be honest, chances are, unless you're actually looking up a guide, you won't know how to do all of them. That's honestly what it really comes down to. You just won't know how to go through them all. But Neo definitely was a lot faster paced. Obviously more focused in on Japan. But I wouldn't really call it a Dark Souls game. You know, yes, you would have, the game was actually divided up into missions. And within those missions... Really? I guess I'll get hit that much. Within each of those missions, you would actually... just, like, have an objective. So... But the one thing that actually sucked about Neo, at least for me, was that I actually got lost. And the minimap, they actually exist in that game, is actually terrible. It was probably one of the worst minimaps I've ever seen because I couldn't even figure out what I was actually looking at half of the time. I'm not taking a chance here on that one. Dark Wraith, for goodness sake. Hi, buddy. Wow, okay. You actually just have all this poise. Am I encumbered or something? Oh, okay, I am encumbered. Oh, not encumbered, but... Terrible right now. And you give me nothing. Damn you. Wait, was there anything else I can actually get from this area? No, just a bunch of Lothric knights that just had their souls sucked out of them. I just came here to get that. It's nice to just have that item on all your characters. But yeah, Neo had, so the one thing that makes Neo, I guess, would be interesting is because what the complication they put into it. Every single character has, you can choose through 4 stances, but unlike Dark Souls and For Honor, to attack in these games, you press R2, L2. To attack in Neo, for a light attack it's square, and for a heavy attack it's triangle. So you're actually pressing up against every single... You're pressing square and triangle to do your attacks. And you also have... In this one, you actually do use R3. You press in R3 to do your attack.
Welcome, host.
To do your targeting.
Very well. Then touch the
But
Tenmar.
what makes it weird is that since the game is more based on your stances... Can I actually get all my stance stuff here? No, I can't. Okay, so we'll just... Really? Alright, let's go with this then.
Farewell, Ashen Maiden.
Oh right, I didn't level up last time. I bought the key. I completely forgot about that. Speaking of which, I need to actually talk to everyone again. So many things you have to do in this game. So many little things of tedium.
Oh, champ, I was the god I am you.
Here, have a divine tome.
Oh, now tail, what You know, I was a bit, oh, terrible.
Purchase item. Buy this.
Have a pleasant, I pray.
So, the unique thing about that, so, say you're in a high stance and you do a combo. You will then find yourself often to be transferred to one of the other stances in the end. So the stances effectively, your attacks in that game will effectively lead towards other stances. So if you really know the combos and such in the game, you know, then I can see someone having a lot of fun with it. But the stamina system puts a hinder on everything.
Ah, just good, wasn't he?
Let's see. Force, can I actually do anything? I can actually upgrade this even more.
Pretty big, I don't.
So it really sucks that what could actually be a really great action game is hindered because it wants to try and actually do the things that Dark Souls does. Like, it looks like a spectacle fighter. The enemies have amazing combos and have, you know, amazing attacks, but they don't actually, but they're a lot faster than, you know, the game is a lot faster paced. And because it's using a more complicated combat system, you can't exactly be as methodical. So, I would say, I really don't know what to think about Neo either, honestly. I would say the biggest issue right now is I would say the controls in Dark Souls makes a lot of sense. It's very methodical. Hey, that guy's actually using the same weapon set as I am. Did you see the trailer for that Monster Hunter-like game for the PlayStation 4? That's the unfortunate part about actually physically being at the con, is that you actually miss a lot more by physically being there than if you didn't and just simply watched the stream, that they actually gave you. Like, they actually gave us the PlayStation Experience app, and you can even actually download it as well, since it's just on the Google Play Store. But let's see, Halfway Fortress. But I'll be honest, I didn't get to see or try any of the big games, nor did I see many of the advertisements of games that are coming out during the con. You know, and I really just focused on being on the con floor itself. So I was, you know, basically sitting there or walking around the con floor for the entire time and going through each of the... Did I not hit the... Where? Did I... Okay, no, I did make it. I was worried for a second. Never mind, it's going to PC. Got it mixed up. Honestly, that's actually what I really focused on. Was actually talking to more of the all the people that actually worked were working there, and a lot of the independent games. Because by focusing on that, I know a lot of their games are actually going to come on PC. And I mean a lot. You know, that was actually honestly for me the reason I actually went there is I wanted to actually talk to all those people. You know, I wanted to actually talk to the developers, talk to people who were, you know, just attending, since there were actually quite a few people who, you know, work in the game industry, and because, you know, LA does have a lot of people who work in the industry in that area. I was actually able to meet just a lot of people that you wouldn't normally be able to meet. So, honestly, I actually would like to... Here's the thing. Monster Hunter games are really, really great, but you have to have a group of people. If you do have a group of people, great. You're set. You're golden. You will have a great time playing them all the time. You know, if you don't, you'll probably enjoy going through it, but it's not going to be as engaging. I mean, like, I had fun playing through Dragon Ball Xenoverse, but even then, I'll admit... Oh, shoot. That's not good. But even I'll admit... Guys, stop carrying your tree trunks. So, like, if, you know, I'd say that, you know, just to put an example here, the speed that this game is being played at right now, Neo is twice the speed. And you drain the stamina just as quickly, if not faster. Attack to kill these guys. A Monster Hunter game that's going to be free to play? Jesus, what the heck? I don't know what game that is. Hey Jester, how's it going, man? Just kind of talking about the all the games I played through at PlayStation Experience, and doing it horribly because I just realized playing Dark Souls 3 actually takes a lot of concentration, and you're not able to put your thoughts together. Really, how do you pull that off? Do that all that well. So, For Honor, Neo. Oh, that guy was gonna hit me. I'd be very, like, I'm still interested in those games. Obviously not Neo as much, simply because I don't own a PlayStation 4. But that game in itself was also very cumbersome because you also had to use the shoulder buttons and the face pad buttons all the time. And I mean all the time. So you have this weird, you know, so like, okay, if you're playing Dark Souls, you're really just only using the shoulder buttons. You know, you're holding L1 to guard, R2 to use your weapon skill, or to parry, you know, left shoulder, you know, your right shoulder buttons to attack. All the other games there were having us use both the shoulder buttons and the buttons on the face all at the same time. And that's really cumbersome. I don't know who thought that was a good idea, but the button layouts were not friendly at all. And I mean really not friendly. summon sign. Oh, it's a... Oh, right, the Mad Phantoms. Forgot about them. You probably should have been more specific. Specific about what? Why, what games you're interested in? Oh, right! Hi! I forgot about you. It bites my face off. Thank goodness these guys don't have parry. Or, I mean, poise. Yeah, but Neo is definitely going to be an interesting game because it's going to have a lot of mechanics I don't think a lot of people are going to be used to. And I'll definitely say the enemies were very much a pain in the butt to fight against. Although the one interesting thing about it was that if you actually, instead of like parrying attacks and such, if you could knock an enemy down, you could then do a heavy attack and do what effectively is an execution move. So you could actually knock an enemy down with a series of with light and heavy attacks. So, you know, there's okay, much like Dark Souls is like, okay, Dark Souls combat, you know, it's light attack, heavy attack, you know, that sort of thing. Neo, every single stance has a combo with the weapon, and that's actually pretty disgusting. No. Please, no. I just wanted there was like a hidden wall here or something. At least a library. Because there was an NPC. There's another NPC I always miss here in this game. I could actually use his help on this one. Like the one mage character in this game, I always forget where he actually is. But it was really interesting seeing like every single weapon. Like there was even a scythe and chain weapon in that game. So you have spears, you have katanas. I forgot what else. There's guns. So you do actually live in a period in which samurai have guns. Like, I'd say if you're looking for a very complicated game to play, that you want to mix like the action of Ninja Gaiden with Dark Souls mechanics, that's definitely going to be one of your games you'd want on the list. But the final game was actually the 2D, and I've actually had this on my wish list. I had this on my wish list for well over a year. It was Death's Gambit, and apparently it got picked up by really. I'm really not paying attention now. It got picked up by Adult Swim Games, so you might know them from such games as Volgar the Viking, Duck Game, all those games. They actually were the ones who made that possible. I do not remember. Oh, well, that's where this guy is. Hi there, dude.
Well, this is unexpected. I don't often have visitors. What do you want? This is my study that you've happened upon. If you haven't any business, I've reading to get back to. How intriguing. You'd better not. Sorcery is not for everyone.
Oh, I don't have the intelligence.
And should never be forced. You have your own methods. Sorcery need not be one of them. Don't let it bother you. Be on your way then. You're unkindled. Shouldn't you get back to your duty? Oh, well, nothing has changed. You're not inclined for sorcery. It is either a natural fit, or no fit at all. Be on your way then. You're unkindled.
That's right, this is actually the one character where there is a requirement to have a certain stat to actually have it, to be able to go through his quest line. And I don't have it because I wanted to play warrior. Oh well, that's fine. At least I finally actually know where he was. But the final game I actually played a lot of during, I played during the, well, it's not the final game, I played a lot more of them, just those pieces of games, but it was Death's Gambit. And I got picked up by Adult Swim. And it's it was effectively the 2D Dark Souls, but they mixed in, damn it. Oh, shit. To my face. Can't believe I fell into that. Oh, that's actually not good. Oh, this is not good at all. That's not good. Who the heck? Oh, come on. Really? Out of all those people? Really? Of all things, of all games. I mean, honestly. The worst part is he's actually a tryhard. Oh, not again. Alright, fine. Let's go over here. I can't believe this. This is like exactly the same problem with people who... That's even worse. Jackass. Get out of here. Alrighty, where's the other dark spirit? Because the other dark spirit was actually an NPC. Damn it. It'll be one of those games. There he is. Wasting my time and everyone else's attention because you had to have a crappy name. That was an NPC. This guy was an NPC, just to let you know. I swear, the jerks in this game. Let me see, you spend all that time and you decide to go with that as your name? Aha, real funny. Like the maturity of all the people who actually play in Rainbow Six. God, I actually, you know, I'll be honest, I'll agree with Super Bunny Hop. That game was a lot better when there was a lot less people, when the barrier of entry was at $60. At least you knew who would actually be mature when playing that game. I'm missing something here. Maybe I'm not. No. This is the one thing I love and hate about this game. Yeah. Okay, no, I didn't get this then. I'll agree with that. You know, you just always get those, you know, those one or two bad eggs, and that's all it takes. That's all it takes, and it ruins it. Well, not really ruin it, but it's like, do you really want to stream and, you know, do a stream, and then it's like, oh, hey, here's this guy. Here's this person's name. You know, I don't think so. Oh, you know, the funny thing is, I don't think I have that emote. I can't even praise the sun. I can't praise it. It is not within my predilection to praise the sun. Warriors slumber ahead. What? Interesting. I don't remember that one. There was something else. You know what? Let me actually get the take on this boss. I don't think I have that emote. No, I don't. Do I have Praise the Sun? No, I don't. Either way, though, I don't know why you'd want to be naked and actually attack someone either. But Death's Gambit. So, like I said, that game was Dark Souls, but Castlevania and Shadow of the Colossus. The boss they actually had you fight in the demo was a boss that you had to climb it. I cannot praise the sun. I'm not letting that touch him yet. Really? There we go. Alright, now the guessing game begins. Getting lucky here on these picks. Really lucky on those picks. I completely forgot where you get the Praise the Sun emote, honestly, in this game. I really did. And that's very unfortunate. And I completely forgot where you actually get, learn it. Because I think that's actually one of the achievements, is to get all of the emotes in this game. Hey, you're back again.
Gaining admit. Eve, I.
So many people to talk to, so little time.
Aha, brilliant.
I can applause now.
Now invade, and if you grow weary of your duty, come on, give yourself to Rosaria of the Cathedral of the Deep. Now come on.
At least they welcome me to come in. So the boss they actually, so the game in, so let me actually explain the game for Death's Gambit. Death's Gambit had the simple mechanics of, okay, you have your heavy attack and your light attack, but they're once again kind of like Neo. They were bound to square and triangle. It's also one of the other games that it's also the one game out of the group that you could actually jump. They actually have you do platforming, so you would actually press X to jump. And so obviously there were chasms and such I actually had to cross, and in which I actually greatly
trespass prompted for.
I greatly failed going through that part. Like, I literally started the demo, and the first thing I ended up doing was actually jumping into a pit to my own death.
Oh, hello. Go on.
Let's see here. Ultra Great Sword, Bastard Sword. Okay, he's added a few more things I could actually use. Knight Armor would actually be pretty good. Let me actually do my level first.
Oh, this. Just good, wasn't he? Pretty big. I don't want.
I already have 8 charges on this Estus. Pretty disgusting as well. So the first thing that the demo actually had you do is you would actually be climbing things too. And to climb walls, you would actually have to press and hold L1.
Welcome, host.
So now you're using the shoulder buttons for combat, and you're doing platforming with jumping and holding L1. And they made it so R2 or L2 is guard, and you also had to press another button to actually do your kick. And you can press the button again, or press the attack to parry. I don't understand why all these developers are making very complex control schemes. I don't know if it's just me and it's like, okay, I've been playing Dark Souls games for so long, or they haven't been playing them enough where, you know, it makes sense.
Farewell, Ashen One. May the...
Oh, I can actually buy that knight armor if I wanted. Nice. I think I'll do that. I have some money.
Oh, hand in one piece.
Buy some armor.
Goodbye. Oh.
Oh yeah, oh, I just got the Fallen Knight armor too. And nah, that doesn't work. I always forget the Fallen Knight armor doesn't have a lot of resistances. But the boss they actually had you fight was effectively a giant swordsman, but so you had to attack his toe to actually bring him down to his knees, and then you had to climb on his leg to pull out a sword, and that's actually how you would do damage to the boss. And if I had a complaint currently about Death's Gambit, is that the combat is very slow, as in attacking is very slow. Like when, you know, if you play Dark Souls, you know, the moment you attack, you are committed to that attack. But the combat in Neo felt too quick. Like, especially enemies were very, very quick. The combat in Death's Gambit was really slow. It's like I could do this entire... Okay, maybe I could do 2 swings with this claymore, which is a, which is a great sword. So it's a very slow attacking weapon. I could do all of that in... At the same time, you can do 1 swing in Death's Gambit. And much like the Dark Souls games, if you attack, your attack animations are basically in attacks of 2, so he actually, I guess you would say he... I don't say he got it right, because each game does, should be different. They should be different in the sense that they're going to stand up on their own merits. That's where this... that was the area I was thinking of. Where were those big knights? God dang nabbit. Seriously, where the heck does that big knight go? Oh, there they are. Well, there's one. Aw, oh, damn it, I aggroed both of them. I really hope... Nope, it's probably not gonna help me. Well, he hasn't... he's clearly going after a duel, then. I'm okay with this, then. I am okay if he's fine with me doing this. Everyone's... No, I'm not gonna die, don't worry. Could use you to... Please let me target him. Got greedy. Alright. Not breaking that poise, apparently. Thank you for not being a jerk. Alright, let's get going. I'm actually surprised that... Am I hurting myself? Alright. Remember correctly. I actually got a crit on that. Oh, he has Kurt's armor. That's why. That's why he has Kirk's armor. What's he doing? He knows how to play this game, though, that's for certain. I held that too long. Damn it. That would actually have been... That doesn't work anymore. That does not work anymore. And the Claymore is probably one of the best, one of the better PvP weapons too. He's learning. How am I missing all of that? Oh, I think actually I know how I'm missing all of that. He's got that. Oh, he has the ring. I'm gonna die. Alright, well, I'm done. Nope, he got me. Good fight. That was a good fight. I honestly thought I would have gotten him. Oh well, you live and learn. Just get all my souls back. But yeah, Death's Gambit definitely focused more on platforming, and you know, it felt more of a clone. I really do hope that game, since it's a 2D game, has a map, because it's definitely going to be a lot harder to navigate around that world without a map. And I hope they do speed up the combat a little bit in that game, because it was just really, really slow. It was really too slow for my tastes. Although, you know, like, I understand why, you know, he's trying to mimic it being slow, but, you know, because you're doing everything in 2D, it doesn't feel like you're fighting very methodically. So you don't actually know what you're actually, you know, what your next move really should be. Bonfire lit up. And now we're in the Poison Acre Wood. Goodness. Iron Flesh. I know I didn't become encumbered. Fairly certain, I'm fairly confident I didn't encumber myself. Yeah, don't even think about it, buddy. Oh no! Jet! Oh, that was close. That was really close. In turning to stone. That was way too close for comfort. And I know that's not the last of them either. Nice. Actually know where I'm going. I'm doing the hard stuff first on this one. Like, I could probably actually rush through this. Is that my... No, I can't run in this place. completely lost. I think I went through this whole thing. I really went through this thing backwards. I always hated those guys. Always hated them with a passion. As they jumped on you like you're from Riverdance, like they're doing Riverdance. There's a hiding place ahead, with a wonderful gold coin. I'm trying to think here. What else have I done at the PlayStation Experience? Well, of course, I actually sat down and played Windjammers, and it actually ran very smooth. It was very much like it was exactly like literally Windjammers, which I also felt bad of, because when I saw that announcement at the keynote as part of their highlights. There's another game that actually is coming out on Steam, and also obviously PS4 and Xbox One. It's called Disc Jam, and that is what I affectionately like to call 3D Windjammers, and very much like the people who went out and fought and found the person who found the person who actually owned the rights to Windjammers by Data East. That's who originally published the game. They also were focused on creating their own game. Oh my god. Off of me. I'm starting to realize basilisks actually are not as big of an issue as I thought they were. Like, they're not as scary as they should be. Unless you let them mob you, apparently. Basilisk Eye? No, Moss Fruit. The Golden Scroll. There's something else up here as well. Oh wait, no, that's once you actually open the doors. Yeah, I literally went backwards. One outside. But yeah, Disc Jam is also a very fun game. They really have made a lot of improvements. You actually even can sign up for the alpha of the game too, and it's completely free to join too. I would honestly, if you've even actually heard about Disc Jammers, you do owe it to yourself to actually try a Disc Jam, because I know that's a game a lot of people will get a kick out of. What am I missing? Okay, there's the giant crab. Actually, you know what? I know what I should be doing first. I need to touch that, bonfire. And one of the other games, I actually have also got to try, Sonic Mania as well. And from, not a developer, but it was weird. Atlas and Sega were working together. And it was Atlas's team that was actually manning the booth. It was their editor, that actually went through the, one of their editors, so the person who does the localization of the game was the one actually physically there. Oh my god! Oh, it happens. Just got destroyed. Oh well. Thankfully, we're already here. It's easy. Okay. I'm fine with this. Go. And there's Nito. So yeah, I would take your time and sign up for a Disc Jam. Because if you ever liked a crazy version of Pong or tennis, in the form of what is effect like Ultimate Frisbee, or if you enjoy sports games that like not taking itself seriously and enjoys giving people superpowers, that's the game for you. And I'm honestly hoping it's really good. I'm of course always going to be worried about things like netcode issues and such, because if you can't get your netcode right, it doesn't matter how great your game is. Not grab me. Man, no wonder why everyone goes two-handed in these games. I've always gone one-handed in these games. This is actually my first time, second time in a Dark Souls game I've gone with a two-handed weapon. The first time was when I was challenged to go through Dark Souls with as a paladin. And I really actually enjoyed that. That's actually why I like doing, like, character builds and such in these games now. It's like, it's fun to play the game, you know, just naturally. But what makes it even more entertaining is when you actually have a theme that you can follow, that you can really actually get behind and enjoy. Oh no. Alright, guys, hang on. Plenty of me to go around. Yeah, I can't remember, you can't even get the Praise the Sun emote. But yeah, Sonic Mania, if you, they told me it was based off the Sonic 3 engine. And the game, and the level I actually tried, the two levels they actually had available were the ones they were always, promoting in their videos. So, what you actually had was, oh god, what was it? I forgot the name of the stage I played. So they had Green Hill Zone, and that you actually got to fight a boss. And then the other one was the one I played, which was, I'll currently call it Videopolis, because the theme of it was video capturing and television. So things like you would actually run into the truck, and then the truck would turn you into a television signal, and you'd be bouncing around the stage until you actually pop out of a television. And a lot of the platforms were bouncy, there would be the discs that you would actually, if you hit, they would bounce you away, but they would actually be attached to a spring, and you could actually use them effectively like a spring. They weren't exactly a spring, but they were just as effective. And there we go, we've gone full circle in this place. This is a lot smaller than I remember. It's a lot smaller than I remember. I don't know how I missed that. So, Sonic Mania, it basically was a Sonic game. There really isn't... Unfortunately, like, there wasn't really much for me to actually talk about the game, because it was a Sonic game through and through. It handled well. I will say, like, I'd say the level was a little too long. It took me 6 minutes to go through that stage. It was not a short stage to go through. It was not a short stage at all. Oh yeah, that's right, there's usually stuff up there, isn't there? Ah, the swamp. Of course, I didn't get to play Atlas, but I saw a lot of Persona 5. And I guess it kind of feels weird. Like, that game was more of a comic book theme. Like, comic book superhero. It is really weird. And again, what Persona game isn't weird? I think finally the other game, the one game that actually took a really long time, that it shouldn't have, because a couple of people who were apparently press, even though they're, you know, the one thing about game conventions, I'll say this, like, you never know who is actually press there. It's like the two people who came up who were press, never even expected it. Never would have guessed it in a million years. But because there were so many people showing up in press for Hand of Fate 2, I wasn't able to actually... That took literally over an hour for me to actually finally sit down and try the game. And the worst part is, like, honestly, I only need like 10 minutes to try a game. Give me 10 minutes to try a game. Let me enjoy it and give it a fair shot. And I'll know exactly what it's about, if it's actually decent, if I should be concerned about it, or what I like about it, what I don't like about it. Like, what I don't like about For Honor, I can tell you right away. It's it's the controls, and also it's the let's just get you. all those are all my concerns. It's like, okay, everything is, like all the controls of all 3 games. I'm honestly very concerned about, and that's just creepy. All right, let's actually find our bonfire. Actually, no, we need to find the keep. That's what we need to find. Where the heck is the keep itself? I need to actually go there first. I am completely lost right now. Yeah, growl all you want. Oh, great sword. We are running out. Places I can go to. Please tell me that's the bridge. Oh, thank goodness it's the bridge. And there's the keep. And there's the boss. There we are. But yeah, having to wait over an hour just because, 2 pressed guys, and I understand, they're pressed. You gotta let them go in first. But still, it always sucks when that happens. Let's see. There it is. Let's see. This was it? It was. Alright, and we're resting here. And this is where you can actually join the Farron cult. I'm trying to remember, actually, there's one thing I do need to do first. Actually, you know what? This actually might be a good time to actually cut things off. I gotta say, I think I actually do a better job when it comes to writing about conventions and stuff, is when I sit down and write about everything.
Gaining it, Eve,
Really? Thought I already took care of that. Anyone else I can talk to?
Now and come.
Nope, you're still... I guess I didn't make any progress in the sense of, in character. The rambunctious cast. Oh well then fine. I think I'll probably end it here. But yeah, honestly, PlayStation Experience still needs to work on their logistics a little bit, though. I think that'd be a good takeaway. The other takeaway is there are way too many people attending those conventions. Like, it should not take an hour to go through just to try one game, because there were a lot of games, and that was only a 2-day convention. There is no way a person, unless you are press, you would be able to actually try every single game. And there were a lot of VR games. Even Ace Combat 7 is going to be a VR game. Like, Sony is really committed to the VR. And I honestly don't know how that's actually going to work. But we'll have to wait and see, though. So, until then, though, I think that's going to be it. I've got a lot of other things I got to take care of, and since it's Sunday, it's the start of a new week. I can't believe it's only been a week since Thanksgiving. And hopefully I can actually see if there's any more conventions around, because I gotta say, though, the best thing about that con is honestly, I think what I'll actually start doing whenever I go to conventions is just focus on meeting people and talking to them. Because the amount of people I got to meet, from people who work in the game industry from varying capacities, you know, not just game developers, but audio engineers to people who do promotion, people who are promotions, community managers, marketing, all amazing people to talk to. And just being able to actually establish a connection with them is probably actually the best thing you could ever do at those cons. And I think I'm going to start doing that from now on as my main focus whenever I go to a convention. But anyway, though, that's going to be it for me tonight. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll definitely see you tomorrow. I don't know what game I don't know what game I'll be focused on streaming. Maybe actually it might be Hand of Fate, because it kind of, after playing Hand of Fate 2, I've kind of been like, you know what, I could really enjoy playing some Hand of Fate, and I've been enjoying playing Dark Souls ever since playing all the other games, and I'm still hopeful for them to be really good, and I still see how each of them are unique. But I think in terms of the controls, those are games where you just have to master each of the control sets, and having to ask me to use the face buttons and the shoulder buttons at the same time is kind of weird. I don't really adjust well with that. But then again, it probably could just be from playing Dark Souls for so long, though. So, anyway, though, until next time, though, take care.